I have it. Oh, I see it. Here we go. So this is definitely going in my TBR. It is huge. Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm here to talk about the books that I want to read for the month of July. If you watch my previous June wrap up, you know I have some books that I am carrying over from June because I started a bunch. So a lot of these books I'm already halfway through. And so yeah, let's get right to the list. So the first book that I have here is the Cassandra Clare. This is the Shadowhunter series. So I did went ahead and finished the Clockwork Angel just a couple days ago, and I am now ready to move on to the Clockwork Prince. So this is one that I hopefully will be finishing for the month of July. This first book talks about Tessa and how she discovered that she is a shadow hunter and she's trying to explore her powers. Also, she's looking for her lost brother, and I'm excited to get to the second book on the series. So the next book that I want to read for the month of July is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. As you know, I'm becoming a huge fan of his work. I read The Lock Every Door and The Home After Dark as well. So this book released in June, so I couldn't get my hands onto it until late June, and this is why it's kind of coming onto my July TBR as well. So this girl Charlie lives in the school on college. So after her roommate gets killed, nothing feels the same. She doesn't drive, so she goes to this poster board and finds basically a ride with this guy named Josh. So I'm really excited to find out what happens. So the next book that I have here is The Maidens by Alex McAdaly. So this is another dark academia book. One of the students know that is something sinister and weird happening at the school. Students are missing and she highly suspects of this professor. So she's not going to stop until she finds out what is going on. So again, excited for this book as well. Alex McAdaly, as you know, is the same author as Silent Patient, and that book was amazing, incredible. So if you haven't read that one, please go do yourself a favor and read that book. So another book that I am super excited to read this month is The Invisible Life of Audie Larue. I did start this book already. I'm probably halfway through it. So this book is about the life of Audie Larue, and she's basically escaping this situation, and she is walking through the woods and finds this shadow. So the shadow happens to be a devil, and he basically tells her that she could live forever, but in exchange nobody will remember her. And so it's quite interesting to kind of see her looking at the people that she used to love so much. They don't even remember her. So she's kind of living this life of loneliness and trying to find purpose. Like, if people don't remember you, if you don't leave a mark in your life, is that life worth living? But she is so stubborn. She's not willing to give up her life. And so yeah, so I'm loving the book so far, and I'm excited to get it finished this month. So another book that I'm reading this month is The Sanatorium, and this is by Sarah Peirce, and I believe this is her debut novel. This is her very first novel, and I actually already finished this book because it is so good. I also have the audiobook for it, so that was a big help, but it's just so fast-paced. Is also very changing, so unexpected. Like, basically with the turn of a chapter or turn of a page, something else comes up, something changes. So this book is about Ellen, and she used to be a detective, but she's kind of unsure of what she wants to do. And so she gets invited by her brother to celebrate his engagement into this hotel. And this hotel used to be a sanatorium, but now it's like a minimalist type of hotel, and it's all surrounded by, like the mountains and the snow. So they decide to go and celebrate their engagement in there, but then people start disappearing. She's trying to find out what is happening. So again, it keeps changing. It's so interesting. The chapters are super fast, and I highly recommend this book. So another book that I'm reading this month is The House in the Cerulean Sea, and this is by T.J. Klune. And so I, of course, have heard so many amazing reviews about this book, and I have been waiting patiently to read it. The audiobook just became available, and I have been listening to this actually all day today, and I am already on chapter 8. The story is so good. So this is the story of Linus, and he is a social worker. He needs to go to this island and kind of supervise these children. And so these are not your normal typical children. These are children that have magical powers. One of them is the son of the devil, and so it is really interesting how he's so dedicated to his work, the connection that he has with these children. So it's a little bit of magic, it's just a little bit of everything. So far I'm really loving this book, and I highly recommend it. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Another book that I want to finish for this month is The 10,000 Doors of January. I mentioned this book before. This was on my TBR for May, and I did start reading this, and I read like probably 5 chapters. I think no, I read 3 chapters. I was on page 70, and then I realized there's an audiobook for this, so I kind of had it on hold for 4 weeks. So this is the story of January. January lives in this mansion full of artifacts, and so then she finds this book, and this book is full of different chapters and secrets, and she wants to trade her life for one of these books. So it's super interesting, everything about like different options and doors and books. I'm all for it. So the next book that I want to read this month is The Echo Wife, and so this book is so interesting for me. This is by Sarah Gailey, and so basically this talks about Martine and Evelyn. So Martine is the clone of Evelyn, and they're of course identical. However, Martine is everything Evelyn will never be. She's patient, she's obedient, she's gentle, and she's also having an affair with Evelyn's husband. And so after he passes away, they are left to clean the mess he left behind. So the next book that I have here is The Sunflower Sisters by Martha Hall Kelly. And so this book talks about the story of 3 ladies, and this is during the times of the Civil War. One of them is Georgie, and she's a nurse, and she's basically part of the war. She's fighting for justice. She has seen all of the injustice of slavery, so she's really an advocate for that. The other one is Gemma, and Gemma is a slave, so it's all, the mistreating that she's going through. And the other one is, I believe, Anne May. Yeah, so Anne May, she is a plantation owner, and she is really cruel. But anyway, so I think this is gonna be a book that's really going to touch my heart, and I really love these type of stories because it just teaches you so much about our past. And so this is also based on true events, so this is one that I'm really looking forward to. So the next book that I want to add to my TBR is War and Peace, and this is by Leo Tolstoy. So I just got this copy because I've been wanting to read like more classics every month, and yes, so I think I'm ready to start with this book. Now this is probably gonna be a few months. I'm just gonna take it slow and really enjoy the read and really understand and annotate. So I'm excited for this book here, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how long it will take me. And the last book that I have here for you, it is my Book of the Month subscription. As you know, I subscribed to them last month, so I think they have actually the best prices for new releases, and I subscribed to them last month for The Maidens because I was looking for the book everywhere, and everywhere was super expensive. So I was able to get the first book for $9.99, and now every month after is $14.99, which is still a really good price for a brand new release hardcover book. So I went ahead and selected 56 Days, and this is by Catherine Ryan Howard, and I'm so excited about this book. This is kind of like the perfect murder book because so basically it talks about this couple that met shortly before quarantine, and they decided that they wanted to live together during the quarantine times. However, none of their families or their friends know they're together, and then one of them disappears, one of them gets killed. So I'm excited to see how that develops. Basically, this person has 56 days to cover up the body or the murder or what happened. So I'm just so intrigued by it. I think this is gonna be a really nice like summer thriller mystery book to read by the beach. So yes, I can't wait for this book as well. So those are all my selections for the month of July. Let me know which books you're reading. Let me know if any of these books interest you. If you want to join Book of the Month, please use my code down below. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.